This way of using affirmations will change your life in front of your eyes. I'm so excited to get you guys this video with the affirmation strategy and the journaling process that I have been using for a decade now. And because I think it's really important to know who you're learning from, just in case this is your first video or podcast episode with me, I'm Taylor Lee. I started my online business when I was 20. Now I'm 30. My first 10 months in my business, I made over $100,000 cash. And I was doing exactly what I'm going to walk you through today every single day. If I'm being honest with you, I was doing it all day, multiple times a day. Since in the last 10 years, I have made over $6 million. I bought this beautiful house for me and my family. I've had three children during this last decade. And doing this work has completely changed my life. And now it's my mission to show you guys how simple mindset work and energetics with money can be to make really, really, really good life-changing money. That's what I want for you. Yes, I want you to make more money, but I want you to make the kind of money that can actually change your life. I want to help you make more money, but I actually want to help you manifest the life you want. And the fact of the matter is, it probably costs money. So that's why we focus on money. So, why mindset? Why are we talking about affirmations and journaling and mindset? Because your brain is not wired to manifest money. Your brain is wired to find problems and help you avoid disappointment and failure and falling behind and all of the things that make us self sabotage. The reason why most people are not where they want to be is because they either don't believe it's possible for them to get there, so they don't even bother. So there is proof in itself that your mindset affects your actions. Or they try and they try and they try to get where they want to go, but they keep self-sabotaging because there's things internally they haven't looked at that while they think they want that amount of money, they think they want that kind of success, they think they want that kind of following or business, there are things that come with it that they really don't want, that their brain is actually prioritizing over the money. And so when that's happening, you will self-sabotage and you will not realize it. So, doing the mindset work that keeps you in the belief that what you want is possible is the only thing that will make it seem worthwhile and give you that motivation to actually show up. Having the mindset that people want to pay you, they want to buy from you, that money is on its way to you, will change the things you do on a day-to-day basis. It will change the words that you're putting in your content, and it will change the energy that people feel from you. It will change the magnetism level that you radiate. So I have found this mindset work to be absolutely crucial. And today we're going to touch on a little bit of it, but potentially the most life-changing piece of it. Most of you have probably heard of affirmations. Affirmations are typically one of the biggest wastes of time because you can say all day long, I make $50,000 a month, I make $50,000 a month. But when your brain knows, no, you don't, it's not going to do anything except waste your time. However, there's a reason why people use affirmations, and there's a reason why some people get such great results with affirmations and journaling and mindset work, and why some people do not. And so that is what we are going to talk about. First, I need to teach you my 5x5 affirmation strategy. There's a couple things that go with it that actually make it work, but we're going to start with this, okay? So stick with me. So the 5x5 affirmation strategy, you are going to create, this is like creating your vision. This is creating your list of goals, but it's doing it in a way that is well-rounded. So remember when I said sometimes there are things that come with the success that you say you want, the six figures, the multi-six figures, the seven figures, unhappy clients, trolls in your comments, outgrowing your relationship, making that friend that's on the same journey as you feel less than, that we actually prioritize avoiding more than we prioritize actually making the money. And it's something in our brain that you literally can't help until you look at it. So I have found that when you have what I call a well-rounded vision, which you can create with well-rounded affirmations, the 5x5 affirmation strategy, we can actually show our brain that it's not just the money, it is so much more that we are calling in with the money. And there's some other mindset work that I do as well to really make sure I'm looking at the things that I'm afraid of happening, that I'm avoiding, that I believe come with this amount of money. But what we're going to talk about today is how to create a really well-rounded vision that makes your brain go, huh, maybe it is worth it. Maybe making that much money is worth it because your brain is going to start to connect these different goals. Okay. So there are 5 types of affirmations that you are going to write, and you're going to write 5 of each of them. That is why this is called the 5x5 affirmation strategy. Okay. So the 5 categories are money, skill sets, feelings, personal life, and personal goals. Okay. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to tell you what I mean. Money is the one that if you have money on the brain that you want to manifest, money is the one we tend to start with. I make this much money every month. I'm selling this many of my offer. I'm signing clients or brand deals or whatever at this price point, right? So money is those types of things. Those are great. We want to have those. How much money do you want to make in a year, a month, per client, per sale? How many spots in your offers are selling every day or every week? You make that list. You can also include things like how much money's in your bank account, how much money's in your savings account. Okay, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Number 2, skill sets. So if you don't believe that your goal is possible, you won't feel motivated to put the effort into it because that would be completely wasted time, right? Your brain knows that in order for you to make the amount of money that you say you want to make, you probably got to get a whole lot better at quite a few things. That's just how it goes, right? So skill sets are anything. If you're a online coach, the skill set might be Instagram, selling on Instagram, Instagram stories, email lists, growing your list, selling to your list, creating content that makes sales. So you're going to want affirmations that are like, I am the best of the best at selling on Instagram. My Instagram is growing faster than ever and people can't get enough of my content. If you're working on really growing your following, you might want to say something like, new people are finding me every single minute of every single day. My following is growing faster than I could have ever imagined. When I was actually working on just getting better at mindset, a lot of people are like, how do you know all of this stuff? I don't know. I have no idea how I know all of this stuff. Of course, I've read a lot of books. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I've done a lot of research. I've listened to tons of YouTube videos. I've done a lot of learning. And also, a lot of this just came to me. I'm not kidding you. So, in my skill sets for years, I affirmed that. Like, I am connected to source, and every single answer I need to make the money I want is available to me right now. I am the queen of manifesting money. I am the best of the best at mindset work that magnetizes the money you want to you or the money that I want to me. I was affirming a lot of things like that because that was the skill set I wanted to have. I wanted to manifest it. I wanted to be magnetic. I wanted to nail the mindset work that was required. So we have money, we have skill sets, and then we have feelings. So a lot of the time you'll self-sabotage because you think that making that much money needs to require feeling burnt out. It needs to require being taken advantage of. It needs to require feeling obligated, like, well, now I have to let my family borrow money from me. You don't want any of that stuff. How do you want to feel? I feel, for me, one of my favorites I've been affirming forever is like, I feel so lit up, energized, and inspired. I just want to feel that way. I don't want to feel burnt out and tired and exhausted and forcing and dragging. I want to feel lit up and energized and inspired. So that's what I affirm. Maybe you know that you need to work on your confidence. So it's like, I feel the impact of my work, and it is undeniable to me that I am the best of the best at what I do. How do you want to feel? I usually include things in here too, like, I feel so loved. I feel so generous. I feel so appreciated. Okay, so we have feelings. You can also say, like, business feels easier than it's ever felt to me. or those skill sets, right? Like, let's say content is one of your skill sets. Like, content is naturally pouring out of me. That's not really a feeling, but like content feels so easy. It's naturally pouring out of me all the time. So, money, skill sets, feeling. Number four, personal life. So, what is that money going to do for you? Again, I don't want to just help you manifest money, and you don't want to just manifest money. We want to change your life. So, what in your life is changing because of the money you have? So, when I was manifesting things, I was affirming the kind of home I lived in, the area of the world I lived in, the kind of car I drove, the kind of clothes in my closet, the kind of trips I was taking, the plane tickets I was booking, the kind of hotels I was staying in. Now I've hit this really cool point where it's like I have all the things that I really want. So what's changing in my personal life is really like generational wealth, wealth building, investing, these sorts of things. I have the house, I have the cars, I have the things, right? So my affirmations around this might sound like we're investing into new businesses and real estate and the market and our wealth is growing rapidly, right? We have so much time with our kids every single day. So personal life can also be time, of course. And money might not get you time, but it can buy you time. You can pay people to do the things that you don't love doing, so you have more time to do the things you do. And the way you make money can give you time because you can build a complicated business or you can build a business that gives you the freedom that you really want, whatever that is to you. And the last one is personal goals. So, how is this different? Personal goals are like relationship goals. I'm going on date night every single week with my husband. Body goals. The weight is falling off. I feel better in my body than I've ever felt. Goals with like time you want to spend with your children, right? Like I have such an abundance of time and money that I'm taking my kids to Disney World every single week. We live in Florida, so it's a little bit more realistic. Although, hey, right? So personal goals. What am I doing in my personal life? Like 3 days a week, I'm riding my horse. I'm working on the farm. We also have a farm. Interesting life. So that's the 5x5 affirmation strategy. The goal of the 5x5 affirmation strategy is that we're creating a well-rounded vision that triggers our brain to go, huh, that sounds like where we're going actually sounds a whole lot less terrifying and kind of appealing. Your brain might actually start tricking you into working even, I don't use the word harder, but harder towards that goal. Like the resistance can naturally melt away. So let's move on to the eat. I like to eat. Do you like to eat? I love food. I love eating. Eat, EAT, the eat journaling method. I just am putting this little acronym to it so you can remember it. Okay. So the eat journaling method is a really quick way to journal that's going to work really, really well for you that manifests like crazy. Okay. And I'm going to explain why it works because I think it's really, really important to understand why. So the E stands for evidence, the A stands for affirm, and the T stands for to-do list. Action, movement. You got to do things, right? We're not just, this is not the video where we're just like sitting here like, oh, money. No. Okay. This is the video where we are actually going and getting what we want. So the eat journaling method is 3 steps. The first thing you're going to do when you open your journal is you're going to find evidence that these affirmations, that this vision you want is actually happening. It is on its way to you. So maybe you're not making 50K in a month yet. Maybe clients aren't paying you $10,000 yet. Maybe you're not selling 10 digital products every single day. Like maybe that's not happening yet, but maybe you made 1 sale. So the evidence could sound like I made a sale. I've had people in my DMs asking me questions about the offers. Evidence can even be like, I've had some really good content ideas. I had a friend reach out and say it looked like I was doing some really cool stuff. People will start to notice your manifestations coming toward you often before you even do. I'll have friends text me, message me, and be like, "You seem different. What are you working on? Because you seem really excited." I can tell you have something going on. That's evidence. If people are feeling my energy shift, that is evidence. If any money is coming my way, that is evidence. If I'm seeing 1111 on the microwave, that is evidence. Our brain is not wired to manifest. Our brain is not wired to look for good things. Our brain is actually wired to look for danger. Listen to that. Our brain is not wired to look for good things. Our brain is wired to look for danger. So we are rewiring our brain, AKA, we are intentionally taking time to look for good things, to look for proof, because you are not naturally going to do that unless you really commit to this long enough that you accidentally become naturally good at it. So, evidence that it is happening. This is usually the hardest part for people. And that's exactly why most people aren't making the money they want to make. They aren't manifesting the things they want to manifest. You need to become an FBI agent that is finding proof that your manifestations are on their way to you. The second one, affirm. Okay. So this is where you can just write, but I have some other advice for you. Okay. I hate to say it. I might ask you to rewrite your 5x5 affirmations, but I wanted you to have that really well-rounded vision. And actually, what I would do is I would write that down in the front page of a new journal, pin it to the top of your notes app, do something where you are reading that vision every single day. I want you to take time, hands on your heart, take some deep breaths, read that vision, feel that vision, remind your brain this vision is so good. There's nothing that could stop us from wanting this. This is worth it, right? But I still want you to write affirmations every day. But I have a piece of advice. When you are affirming things, it's so much better to affirm things that your brain goes, that's true, versus where your brain's like, girl, who you kidding? Okay. So I want you to practice. And here's the thing. There's no actual laws around any of this. It's really just what sits right in your body where you're like, wait, I feel it. It's clicking. I have found that having that well-rounded vision is crucial. Reading it every day, multiple times a day, keeps me connected to my vision. I think holding a goal is non-negotiable for me. Holding a vision is non-negotiable for me. And that goal or that vision, whatever you want to call it, being well-rounded is non-negotiable for me. But when I am affirming my truth, it needs to feel true. Duh. It needs to feel true. So instead of saying, I make $50,000 every month, I might say, I feel more money on its way to me. Money is flowing in. I feel so good about my 50K per month vision. Sales are happening. Money is happening. Things are happening. Like I want to affirm and build momentum. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? It's like, as I'm writing these, it's like momentum is building in my body. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. It's true. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Like, and I'll do the same thing around like my health goals, around my marriage goals, around my time goals, my motherhood goals, my like all those personal goals, the personal life things. Maybe on your affirmation, it's like we live in our dream $1 million home, but you're nowhere close to that right now. So you writing that, your brain's gonna go, she needs to go to loony bin. And instead you can write like it's been so fun looking for our future home. We're getting clearer and clearer on what kind of home we want and start looking at those Trulia and Zillow ads and sending them to your partner or whatever, right? I can't wait to live in my $1 million home. I'm excited. I can't wait. I feel it happening. I know it's going to happen at the perfect time. Like you can affirm things like that where your brain's like, okay, yeah, that's true. And so do you see how the evidence gets us into this different state where we're like, okay, things are happening. Things are working. If you're sitting around every day thinking things aren't working, which is what your brain is going to tell you, you're going to live in that state. So we flip you into an evidence-based state where you're like, okay, things are working. Then we affirm actual truthful things. You're like, wait, it's really working. You start to feel productive. You start to feel like things are working and happening. Thirdly, the aligned to-do list. If all of this was true, if everything was working, if all my desires were on their way to me, what would I do today? You can also ask yourself, what would I do today if I was the version of myself that had everything on my list? That's what most people say to ask yourself. I find that that one can be a little bit confusing for people because it's like, I don't know, take a nap. Like if I already hit the goal, maybe I just like take a vacation, take a nap, take a break. And maybe you do need to do that. I'm not hustle culture, I'm not any of that, but I also am not delusional in the fact that actually, and I've had $50,000 cash weeks, $100,000 cash in 19 days. Like I know what it's like to make a lot of money. And when your stuff is selling and when money is pouring in, usually you actually do feel inspired to show up more. That's the misconception. So the question, what would I do if it was all here and worked and happening, isn't actually a bad question because honestly, you probably would be so excited and so lit up and so inspired. You'd have so much to say and you'd be selling and you'd be following up and you'd be doing all the things. So you can ask yourself the version of the question that lands for you. But really, the goal is you have at least 3 to 5 action steps for the day that move you toward the things that you want. And that is the EAT journaling method. So, the last thing I want to talk to you about is expansion unlocked. This is the exact mindset work that I did to start not only having $50,000 cash months, but continue to have $50,000 cash months and more for the last 6 years. So this is the exact mindset work that I do to do what I was telling you earlier, remove all of the resistance and the blocks around what I want. So I find that this journaling work is so good to naturally shift your brain to be more sold on the vision that you have, right? And that journaling method gets you into that forward moving momentum. It gets you into that belief that like it's possible, it's happening, it's on its way. But a lot of us are carrying so much baggage from past experiences, shame, past disappointment, and also just realistic fear about what if I make that much money, but this happens. And if that is happening inside of you, your brain will prioritize that. So I have this program, it's called Expansion Unlocked. I'm going to put it on 50% off just for you guys who are watching this video. And what's really cool about this program, guys, you can go through it in a day or two and align yourself to the amount of money that you want to make. And then you can use this journaling practice that I just gave you for free to stay there. That's the hardest part, staying there. That's the part you got to keep yourself accountable. You've got to do this. Let this be the day that you never go back. Let this be the day that you never go back. But it is crucial that you clean up all the old garbage that is telling your brain, don't let her do it. Have you done that before? You've started a journaling practice, you've started a mindset practice, you've started a new strategy in your business, and then you do it for a few days and then you don't finish. That is because your brain is convinced that there are more important things to avoid, that the things your brain wants to avoid are more important than the things you say that you want to manifest, the money that you say you want to have, the result that you say you want to have, the consistency that you say you want to have. And anytime I notice that happening in me, I go back through the Expansion Unlocked program. What's really cool is you can fly through this whole program in like a day or two. But I have gone back through this program more times than I can tell you. This is one of those priceless programs that you can go through infinite amount of times, and there will always be something new that you can work through. This program will only ever move you forward into more money. It's the best thing ever. So I cannot wait to hear how the affirmations go for you, how the new journaling method goes for you, but definitely take a peek in the description because I'm going to have the link to Expansion Unlocked and the 50% off code for you so that you can come join us in there and join me to do this journaling practice every single day and really do the real work that's going to unlock the money that you actually want. All right. Bye, guys.